What's up YouTube, Little Candy Gamer here. Today we're going to be talking a bit about blending with lighter colours. But before we get started, I'm just going to say hello and welcome to the new people watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and also I release a new video every Wednesday if you're in Australia or Tuesday if you're in the US. So some points to note when you're blending lighter colours is that you need to choose the right colours that blend well together. Lighter colours need layers, and this can be a little bit tricky. You always just need to keep your pencils sharp. It helps to have a good sharpener. The one that I personally use is the Helix desk sharpener. Like, it clamps onto the desk and it has a little handle that you spin around. This was a lifesaver. It was recommended to me by another YouTuber slash Prismacolor artist named Farrell Artist. He does amazing galaxy art as well. Be sure to check out his work. He recommended that one, and honestly it has been a lifesaver. It cost me so much less money to replace pencils because pencils aren't cheap. They're about $3 a pencil to replace a pencil, and literally when I was using the handheld sharpener I was replacing pencils so quickly. Sometimes I was sharpening away a whole pencil in one sitting because they would just keep breaking. Prismacolors are notorious for breakage, so I really do recommend this sharpener. So what I'm doing in this part now is I'm laying the base of the shadows, where my shadows are going to go. I'm even laying a couple of layers there, and I'm leaving a gap right on the edge because I want to put like a lighter color on the edge, because I don't know if you guys have ever done that sphere challenge, but there is always like a reflective light on the edge. So it's worth learning about lighting and values and shadows and highlights and things as well. So yeah, you're just pressing very lightly and you're building up the layers gradually. It is time consuming, but as you go, things will become faster and faster. Things that took me 3 days doing it improperly now take me a day doing it properly. And when I say a day, it's like 4 or 5 hours as opposed to like 30 hours that I used to spend on a piece. So yeah, a lot of colouring like this is learning about which pressure to use and which colours to pick. This will come with time. You need to build up your muscle memory, which just comes from practicing a lot. So right now I'm blending, I'm using non-photo blue, powder blue and white for those lighter tones there. Powder blue was a lot better to use than cloud blue in my experience. That's just my personal preference. You don't have to take my advice on this. This is simply what I do and what works for me. So I found that blended really well with that blue, whereas cloud blue was very translucent and almost like grey, and it kind of just didn't really mesh well with the pastel-y colours that I like to use in my work. For the pinks here, I'm using Hot Pink and Deco Pink. Deco Pink is fantastic for any kind of pink that you want to blend out. I would use it on skin tones and other things as well. It really is, it is a little bit translucent, and that helps in this instance because it helps to show that lighter pink through there, so you can kind of build up a gradual tone from dark to light there. I like to blend from dark to light. That's a personal preference because I feel like the light colors will go over the dark a little bit, but if you're putting a dark color over light, it doesn't really blend as well. Some people will give you the opposite advice, and it's really just what works for you. I've said this so many times, and I will always advocate this, that there is no wrong way to do art. I've actually been using the Prismacolor pencils just for outlining as well. I was using liners, but I found I really liked the effect that it had when I blended colors right next to the line. It kind of almost blends the line into the drawing, but you still get a nice crisp edge around it. That's just my personal preference. I didn't get the same effect with liners without having to like go over them again and again, like after I'd colored on them, because the pencil would go over the lines when I did it like that. I have used a lot of liners. I've used Sakura Microns, I've used Fanrong liners, I've used Jelly Roll, I've used Uni-Posca paint pens, like just the black one for a really thick line around the edge, I did on my Growlithe piece. And I actually really liked that effect, but it wasn't quite the style that I wanted to go for. So anyway, yeah, you need to choose complementary colors that blend well and make each other stand out. Certain colors will give off like a special effect where they can look super vibrant next to another color, so you need to do like test swatches and just test and test and test until you find the right color combination. There are a lot of different ways you can choose colors, but you will definitely need to use a color wheel when choosing colors because you need to know complementary colors and all that stuff. So I'm not going to get too much into that because I need to actually like physically show you guys and have a color wheel and show you guys that. But yeah, you got like colors that are basically opposite to each other and the color wheel will complement each other. So here I'm using blue and pink and they're complementary colors. So you have your go-to color schemes as well. I call them your you color schemes that you can default to, which will give you your own unique style. This will have two benefits for you. So one is that it's easier to pick a color scheme you know, and you're familiar with those colors and how that they blend together and everything. The other is that when people look at your body of work, they will start to recognize you through your unique color schemes, and that will become a part of your style. For example, if you look at my Instagram account, you'll see a lot of blues, pinks and purples, and that's my color schemes that I like to use. So yeah, you can use the same color schemes in a different way as well. So you might use like a lot of hot pink and the whole piece is very vibrant, or you can do what I've done here and I use like hot pink and some lighter deco pink and white, and that will tone it down a lot and it just changes things up a bit. It gives the color scheme a completely different look even though it's the same color scheme. For me, I always do shadows larger than I think I need to. I don't know if that's just me, but beginners often won't have enough values in a piece, and as a result their piece will look flat. And I think it was inherent in another piece that I did, which was this piece essentially, but it was a different Chansey, and it just looked like it wasn't bad, it was just that I was still learning and it looked very flat because I didn't have enough values in my piece and I didn't really know how to transition those values well to make her look like that round egg shape. So yeah, that all comes with time too. For galaxies, I've already talked a little bit about it in other videos, but you want to go from dark to light again. Well, that's how I personally make my galaxies. I know that other people do things differently, they might go light to dark. To get the really dark like blacks and Dahlia purple and dark purple, which I've used in this piece, into the paper quicker, I will lay down a little bit of solvent onto the paper first. I do this by dipping a little cotton tip into solvent and then dabbing off the excess on a cloth and then just rubbing it down on my paper where I want like those darker values to go. And then the next color I used was Process Red in this piece and white, so you don't have to use a whole variety of colors for a nice galaxy effect. This is just the way that I personally do my galaxies. I know that other artists have their own techniques to do them and that's not wrong as well. Yeah, you can do things how you really like to do them. It's your artwork after all. I'm just here to give you guys a little bit of advice. I really hope that I helped you guys. Everything will come with experience anyway, but these are just tips to help you improve quicker along your art journey. So if you made it this far, I really want to thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel for more content every week. Don't forget to hit that notification bell as well so that you don't miss my new videos. I think that's a good idea to do that, because if you don't hit the bell, YouTube won't show you all of my videos all the time. That's all I have to talk about for now. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time on Little Candy Gamer.